Hello again. It's been several weeks since my last video. I've been spending a lot of time with my mum. So today I thought we'd look at Elvis's Gold Standard series singles. When I did the 3 videos on Elvis's single releases, American ones, I didn't include the Gold Standard series because it would get a bit confusing. So if we go back to the beginning, so here's Heartbreak Hotel, the first pressing, with Nipper on the top. A second pressing, because it was so successful. So basically the same label, but now we have a silver line across the label. Now I don't have the first Gold Standards pressing of Heartbreak Hotel. The Gold Standard series seems to have come about around the mid-50s, and the idea was to keep singles that were deemed worthy of being permanently available in production. The earliest one that I can find is a Glenn Miller pressing from 1955. So what the original Elvis Gold Standard singles look the same as the original pressing, with Nipper on top, and the main difference is that the serial number just has a 4 added. So whereas Elvis's releases began 47, the Gold Standard singles began 447. So if you don't know that, you can buy a Gold Standard pressing thinking it's the original one. In the early 1960s, Elvis's Gold Standard singles were pressed again, and now they've moved Nipper to the side, and you can see the serial number stays 447, as it will right through Elvis's life. Now the sleeves, there are variations on the sleeve, and they were also sometimes sold in plain white sleeves. Then when they were pressed again, I'll see I moved to a red sleeve, and this time it has Gold Standard on the label. There are a few very rare pressings on orange labels, and nobody knows why. The consensus seems to be that it was an error. They're rare and they're expensive when they do turn up. And the final pressings are the ones that you see the most of. So they've brought Nipper back off to the centre at the top, and we still have the 447 and the sleeve that you mostly see. Also in 1964, Blue Christmas and Wooden Heart. Now of course there had never been a Blue Christmas Wooden Heart regular single, so this was breaking the rules a bit. You can see it's got Gold Standard series at the top and the bag of coins spilling. And the back of the cover, Wooden Heart, by popular request. I often wonder who is it that's requesting this. And again, Nipper on top. (1965), they break the rules again. Crying in the Chapel. Now this of course became a massive hit all around the world, but it was not a regular single, it was a Gold Standard series single, even though it didn't exist as a single before. And the back advertising is Hand in Mine. And the disc with Nipper on the side. In 1965, Puppet on a String, and Wooden Heart again. You have to wonder who makes these decisions. And the back cover advertising the two albums. And again Nipper on the side. It was about this time that RCA decided to re-release 5 of the very early singles with picture sleeves. Most gold standard series singles didn't have picture sleeves. And they also sent promo copies to radio stations. I find this an odd thing to do. All 5 were very famous singles, sold in vast quantities, everybody knew them. And maybe because of this, there don't seem to be that many copies around. So they are very expensive, and you will quite often see just the sleeves being sold for over £100. I have 2 of them. So this is Hound Dog, Don't Be Cruel. The reverses all have the list of available singles, and of course the pictures they chose have nothing to do with the songs on the disc. So this is one of the promo discs sent out to the radio stations, not for sale. And the discs are often in very much better condition than the sleeves. And the other one I have is All Shook Up, That's When Your Heartaches Begin. And again, can't get it right. And for Christmas 1965, Santa Claus is Back in Town and Blue Christmas Again. And the back is advertising the re-release of the Christmas album. And there's Blue Christmas Again. In 1966, Joshua Fit the Battle and Known Only to Him. It's difficult to find these gold standard series singles in sleeves that don't have wear on them. Here's Hand in Mine on the back again. Now what you have to remember is whilst these are being released, other singles are being released on the gold standard series without picture sleeves, so I haven't shown those. Well, there you go. Joshua Fit the Battle. And Known Only to Him. And also in 1966, Milky White Way and Swing Down Sweet Chariot. We would have to wait until 1977 for the next Gold Standard Series single with a picture sleeve. Blue Christmas, Santa Claus is back in town. And by this point, of course, Nipper was in the top corner. So those are all the picture sleeves that I have on Gold Standard Series. They're the three still to get from those early singles that were re-released with radio promos. Well, hopefully that you can find them. They are expensive. Eventually I'll get round to getting them. So here we have Gold Standard Series singles without picture sleeves. I won't go through them all. So the red label, I forgot to remember to forget, and Mystery Train. So there are a whole load of those on the red. And a load on the black, Edge of Reality and If I Can Dream. You can find most of these for sale. There are a few that fetch £30 to £40, but others you can pick up for a fiver. Life, Only Believe, Mono. Mono, why? So I've got quite a few there. There's a lot more to find. I would like to get an orange label one. There are a couple on the market, but again they're very expensive. I find myself in a dilemma that if I'm going to spend £150, £200, do I want to spend it on a single that I already have the regular version of, or would I rather buy an original of an older album, or a rarer album? So committing to buying these things is proving quite difficult. There always seems to be something new to get, so these things get pushed back down the list. But if you think about it, the constant repressing of these singles, even the singles that weren't hits, that struggled to make it into the charts, yet they continued to repress them on these Gold Standard Series label. And to me that says there was still a demand for them. People were still asking for these singles, still trying to complete their collections. I don't think there's any other artist that can claim that their entire single catalogue, for such a long period as well, was constantly repressed. And his albums, of course, there are many different pressings of those, and the EPs, and quite a few of the early EPs appeared with Gold Standard Series versions of them. So I think it's a testament to Elvis's selling power that so many of these things exist. I don't think there'll be another artist that can claim that. My next video is going to be Elvis Gold Records Volume 2. I did Volume 1 earlier. Then of course 3, 4 and 5. I can't promise when I'll be making them, but I'll definitely not leave it as long. My mum has probably got weeks left, so if there is a prolonged gap again, then you'll understand why. So that's it for now.